A Parker police officer is accused of sexual misconduct with two people who had gone on ride-alongs in his patrol car. The officer resigned in February during the investigation, and last week a grand jury issued a 7-count indictment. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Phil Lipoff. A Parker police spokesman said the victims are adults, but otherwise would not comment any further on that. Kevin Vaughn from 9 News Investigates now walks us through those allegations.
Just 10 months ago, a Douglas County Rotary Club recognized Parker Police Sergeant Troy Brienzo as its Officer of the Year. Now he's accused of sexual misconduct with two people riding along in his patrol car, facing felony and misdemeanor charges and out of a job.
Allegations such as this will certainly cause mistrust of the Parker Police Department, but I think broadly it creates all kinds of problems.
9 News legal analyst Scott Robinson noted that Brienzo was required to surrender his weapons after his arrest last week.
Anyone who's charged with a felony cannot legally carry a firearm.
According to a heavily redacted affidavit, in early January, Brienzo is accused of talking about sex extensively with a person riding in his patrol car, then convincing that person to allow him to conduct a mock pat-down at the department. During that, it's alleged he repeatedly groped the person. During the investigation, another person who had been on a ride-along acknowledged having sex with Brienzo in his patrol car. Robinson noted that the allegations are likely to call into question criminal cases in which Brienzo was or could be a witness.
Letters have to go out to defense lawyers on any case in which this individual was a witness, particularly if the case involves any allegation of sexual conduct. So it's going to be an enormous black eye for the entire judicial system.
Brienzo is charged with 2 counts of unlawful sexual conduct by a peace officer, 1 count of unlawful sexual contact, and 4 separate charges of official misconduct. The most serious charge carries a possible prison sentence of 4 to 12 years. Brienzo is scheduled to be in court next Monday in Douglas County. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Oh boy, this case doesn't sound good. For anyone that's curious, though, if they don't understand what a ride-along is, can you kind of explain that, Kevin?
Yeah, it's a chance for somebody who's not a law officer to actually ride with a police officer or a sheriff's deputy and get an idea of what it's like to respond to calls, what a night on the streets is like, basically.
All right. Thank you. Thanks so much.
All right, we're going to turn now to the weather. Another warm, beautiful day in Denver, but we could see some showers a little later on today and a little later on this week as well.
Yeah, it felt like this morning, Kathy, early, I was like, oh, it's going to rain a little. And then all of a sudden the sun came out.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to be kind of what we're going to see most of the week. Each and every afternoon we have the chance for showers, but will we actually see that rain here in the city? Some days the odds are a little higher than others. Today, a beautiful day. Not too warm, not too windy. The chance for a few showers still in the forecast between 4 and 6 o'clock tonight. We have 71 here in the 9 News backyard outside the studio, 67 in Rocky Ford, 64 in Eagle, and 75 in Grand Junction. Winds have been increasing, and we do expect a cold front to arrive tomorrow morning. We're seeing some moisture sneak in underneath that ridge, which is slipping east, allowing for low pressure to the south to generate these rain and snow showers across the central and southern mountains. We've even had reports of thunder and lightning around Gunnison and Alamosa and down across the Durango area. For Denver, the best chance for showers will come over the next couple of hours. Hit and miss. A brief little downpour is possible, and then skies will clear. Tomorrow is probably the warmest and driest day of the week ahead of the next little short wave that crosses Colorado with a better chance for rain, and that'll be on Thursday. Temperatures in the low 70s now will drop into the 50s by about 9 o'clock this evening. Coming up, we'll check the radar again, talk in detail about the mountain snow forecast and elevated fire danger of prime concern on Wednesday. All those details are just ahead.
Thanks, Kathy. 2 campers called 911 in the middle of the night after a scary encounter with an animal outside of their tents in Clear Creek County. Video from April 2nd shows deputies hiking nearly a mile in blizzard conditions to reach those campers near St. Mary's Glacier. The campers reported something pushing into their tents and moving outside in the dark, and they thought it was a mountain lion. Deputies searched the area, did not find any animal, and they say despite the long trek, it was a call they knew they had to respond to.
Just that we're here for the community, just because we live in a very broad county in the mountains. If you're calling for help, we tried to do our best to answer that call with the resources that we have. So just know that, like, if you call us, we're going to expend every resource that we can to get to you as safely and as quickly as possible.
And in tough conditions, too. While the hikers thought it was a mountain lion, Colorado Parks and Wildlife say the animal was more likely a fox or possibly an early season bear searching for food.
Denver police are investigating after a group of dogs attacked 3 people in West Denver. Animal Control says the victims have serious injuries. 9 News reporter Amanda Gilbert spoke to one of those victims and her family about who they're grateful for.
Looking out for your neighbors. Carl Hernandez now knows how important that is.
And I just heard this blood-curdling scream. I looked out the door, my front door, and just directly across the street, I see this woman, her name is Maria, and she's getting attacked by 4 huge Rottweilers.
Zaria Vesquez says her mom, Maria Resendez, was taking out the trash over a week ago.
Okay, so she said that when she walked out to go throw out the trash, as soon as she got to the dumpster, she said she saw the dogs running down the street, but they were running directly towards her.
A nearby camera captured Maria's cries for help.
One had her from each leg and another one from her arm.
So this is where the dogs, right before it happened.
Ran across the street, yelling as loud as I could, like, get out of here, just making so much noise, swinging it. All I could see is that from the top of her shoulder all the way down to her hand, she was nothing but blood.
My mom's like, when I saw him, I just felt some sort of like relief, like, okay, maybe I am going to be okay.
Family and first responders later rushed Maria to the hospital.
I had to sew her arm as well.
Maria's now staying with her daughters.
Her left leg, I think it was the worst one.
Denver police confirmed the dogs went on to attack 2 other women nearby.
This is right after the dogs attacked Maria.
I mean, it's been traumatizing because she just doesn't even want to go to her house.
While doctors say recovery will be long,
yes,
this family's grateful for the neighbors who did help.
My mom said, she's like, those dogs would have killed me.
Carl didn't know Maria very well.
Now I will know her more now.
Being a kind neighbor made all the difference.
I'm just so thankful that in this case, somebody was like willing to help.
Amanda Gilbert reporting. Amanda, thank you. Animal Control confirmed the owners did have to surrender those dogs and they were put down. Denver police said this case is still under investigation. As of right now, no arrests have been made.
Former CU quarterback Dom Ponder was drunk when he died in a single car crash last month. That's according to an autopsy from the Boulder County coroner. The report says Ponder's BAC was .167 when he crashed his Tesla near the Baseline Reservoir, losing control on a curve on the road. The Tesla hit a guardrail, rolled over, and caught fire. He died at the scene. Ponder's family says they hope young people, especially, can take lessons from his death. In a statement that his coach, Deion Sanders, shared with the media today.
Legacy should be to encourage kids to make responsible choices and have hard conversations. Different conversation is easier than a lifetime of loss. Reminder to everybody, don't drink and drive. Don't be afraid to take the keys.
Colorado State Patrol says they are still investigating the crash. They have not yet ruled out impairment as an possible cause.
Beef processing plant JBS in Greeley has thousands of workers returning to the job today after a 3-week strike, despite having no deal in place. This is how that happened. The strike lasted 3 weeks with 3,800 workers walking off the job. Union President Kim Cordova said yesterday the strike is ending because JBS agreed to negotiate with them on Thursday and Friday. But she added the strike could resume if JBS doesn't change its deal.
Getting food, clothing, and mental health assistance is a lot easier in Summit County with all those services in one place. The Soul Center just opened its doors and is the headquarters for the Family Intercultural Resource Center and Building Hope. Those 2 programs help a large population of this resort community afford to live in Breckenridge with food banks, thrift stores, mental health all in one building. The facility opened at a time when there is a lot of need for assistance for families in an expensive resort community.
Did not help this year that we had really a lack of snowfall. That cut everybody's hours down, and so on those times where people are typically busy and able to put away some cash for the slower seasons, that just didn't exist, and so we're anticipating a pretty difficult mud season, May, with everything shutting down early.
The center is currently serving between 600 to 700 households per week. The multi-million-dollar facility was built entirely on donations. The town of Breck donated the land it's on.